Soy Podcast. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on this. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't meme on this. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Let's speak on it. Speak on it. You thought we were done? Throw me a topic. Let's speak on it. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't mean on this. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on it. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't mean on this. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Soy.
Yo, another episode of Speak on It Podcast, man. We out here again with a brand new episode. And man, as you can see, we got ourselves a guest in the house, man. It's Dev out here. Man, I'm about to drop some, social media stuff for y'all. But man, like, let's just see how our week's been, fellas. Ninja, man, how your week's been, man? How you feeling?
I had a good week. Honestly, I've been working on a lot of things, especially being consistent. Writing things down, doing things I said I'm gonna do.
That boy following
up. You feel me? That's something that's hard to do. No procrastination, no more of that. Working out, trying to stay in shape and eating right, all that thing. All the essential things in life that we should be doing that, but we're not doing sometimes. So I'm happy about that, man. So I had a good week.
All right, cool. My week's been straight. Yeah. Oh, my bad, bro.
No, you good. I'm excited, man.
I'm too excited.
I'm here with this guy, man. I'm here with y'all boys. I'm excited.
Yeah. So my week's been good. It's been straight. Consistency is key, man. I've been doing these ab rolls, man. Just being transparent. 200 a night. Coach Pressure on previous episode challenged me to keep it up with him to do 200 ab rolls a night, and I've been doing it. So it's been good too. Trying to be consistent, man. Trying to lose some weight. Getting on this keto right now with Blessed. Nice. He's not on this episode, but he's on it too. So trying to be consistent on that end.
Tell me about that.
You have your own diet, bro.
I'm like, it's three of us, man.
You have your own diet, bro. This guy has his own plan. Like, I only eat certain. I only eat certain things.
What else y'all doing that I don't know about? Like?
Nothing else. We just trying to lose weight. But man, the guest of honor right here, man. It's Dev, bro. How your week been, man? What's good with you, bro?
What's up, Dev, man?
It's been good, man. It's been good. Like just like you, trying to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? Just been more serious about my craft, man. Trying to put out more content as much and as often as possible. Finally been moving my oils and stuff like that, man. I started off real small. I was like, I'm gonna sell 20. I bought 25 bottles, sold all 25 bottles. So now I went for 25. Now I'm trying to move 100. So I'm trying to do it one thing at a time, man. One thing at a time. Man.
That's good. That's good.
I gotta practice what I preach more, man. I've been telling people like we gotta invest in ourselves more and try to, help each other out, man. So yeah.
So man, go ahead and just speak about like
the hair oils, man. The hair oils, man. Yeah, my family's been doing their own thing as far as like skincare products, hair oils and stuff like that, and I've always been explaining verbatim how to make the oils. And one of my homegirls just got frustrated. She's like, yo, just make it, just sell it to me. I'm like, you right, why not just just make it, just do it, man. Just do it. And I bought like 25 bottles. I'm like, let me just see if I can move it. And not even 2 weeks later, all 25 bottles were sold. And I was like, bro, and that was just strict off word of mouth, man. I haven't even posted it on Facebook or Instagram or anything. So I'm like, I'm buying 100 bottles now. So I'm gonna start eventually selling it once I fill them all up. I'm gonna start selling on social media, man. So
you mean to tell me I might be going balls soon or whatever.
Hey man, we getting up there.
I'm gonna be good like you, sure.
I got you, man. I got you. I'm
trying to connect these things.
Bro, I got you, bro. I got you, man.
I got.
Give me like 3 months, you guys. Give me 3 months, you guys. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be just like them.
I got you, man. I got you. No, I got you, man. No, I'm just like I said, man. Just more practice what I preach. I've always tried to be I mentor young guys, man. So I was trying to make sure I let them know, like, listen, man, don't waste your money on nonsense, man. Put that money back into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Invest in whatever it is you're good at, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you like the best fighter, be the best fighter. Invest in, you know what I'm saying, some decent gloves. Get back in that gym. You know what I'm saying? Throw them hands. Whatever it is, man. Whatever you're good at, just do it, man. Just do it.
So quickly, how can people like connect with you? Obviously, I know you on IG, on social media, on YouTube. Just go ahead and let the people know how they can find you, on different platforms?
Oh yeah, man. YouTube, OMG is DeV or Dev. Facebook, Devernair, Instagram, Devernair, DeVernair. I know it's hard for everybody to spell, man. So if it's easy, go to YouTube, click on OMG's Devernair, and everything is linked. Everything is linked there.
Right,
Facebook,
cool,
Instagram, everything is linked.
All right, cool. Man, we about to get into it, man. This episode is special to me because it's about Juneteenth. Man, it's a special. I feel like it's special for anyone who's really black. Like we're gonna try to get into it real deep, but from what I already kind of heard, obviously United States called its independence 1776, blah blah. Everybody was supposed to be free, right? But then it wasn't the case. So obviously what made that so easy for them to just keep us as the blacks enslaved still, basically, in essence. You would live in a free country, but then you're not free. That was just weird to me. So we're gonna dive into it, man. It's really something I would love to learn way more about. Obviously we're not experts. I'm not saying Dev is an expert, but he definitely can enlighten us on some things around Juneteenth as we trying to, honor that date, man. And of course, if you don't celebrate it, man, it's a perfect time to start this year, man. 2021, Juneteenth. This episode's dropping exactly on Juneteenth. So make sure, you celebrate it, man, with your family. If you're black, man, support some other people who are celebrating it. Yeah. But man, our first question, man, what would you say Juneteenth means to you, Dev? Like as a holiday, as something that people talk about now. Like for you, what would it mean for you, man?
For me, man, it meant more for my ancestors, if anything. But for me, it means a lot, man. It means a lot coming from back then, man, where we were quote unquote, like you said, we were supposed to be quote unquote free, man. And then the whole thing happened with the Juneteenth, where basically in the mid 1800s, they basically just declared that, hey, yo, you know what? All blacks is free.
Fine.
Quote unquote free.
Quote unquote free. Still, right?
Quote unquote free. But you gotta remember, man, a lot of states wasn't with it. A lot of states, especially the South. A lot of states wasn't with it. They're like, oh, you free? Oh, okay, bet.
Really? Okay.
If I catch you outside this house, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things started happening after that, man. A lot of the blacks that tried to resist or tried to move north, they started killing them, started hanging them, started doing ABC 1, 2, 3, and it's just it's sad, man. Like when you really think about it, because I didn't know much about all of these things, let alone the words for things like quartering or castrations and stuff like that. I didn't know any of that stuff. I didn't know any of that stuff, man. Like it takes a real sick person to come up with these types of
terms,
these types of things, man. Like it's sad, man. It's sad. So when you really educate yourself and learn about these things, man, it's a lot. I learned about these back when I was I want to say elementary, middle school-ish, man. My grandfather, my mom's dad, was actually in the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it goes back that deep for me, man. It goes back that deep for me. My mom did not play when it comes to Black history. She was like forcing us into it, man. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So a lot of these people was disgusting back then, man.
Wow.
Disgusting.
So for me, I'll just follow up with this, like, because I went through the school system here, like public school system here, and that's not something that I remember really, like, being in school, like where it was like learning about this. Obviously, you learn about a lot of things in school, all these history stuff, all these different classes we took, but that wasn't a class. Only person that I could feel like helped me to kind of like, it wasn't a class that I took, but it was a health class. Like my health teacher was so about it. Yeah. Like it was like, I'm not celebrating Christmas, I'm celebrating Kwanzaa. I'm not, certain type of stuff. I'm like, why is he saying these stuff? He's like, this is why, because this is more so of my culture. This is, I'm not gonna celebrate other things or only celebrate other things that everybody else is celebrating while they're not celebrating. Like why do we think that although we're in America still in 2020, probably still, right? Because I graduated in 2009, whatever, but it's been a minute. But I still feel like it's probably still not being applied in school. Like, why do we think that something like Juneteenth, like we know the 4th of July, like everybody goes crazy for the 4th, right? If you don't know about the 4th, it's like you crazy, right? But then the Juneteenth, like it's not really in the school system. Like, why is it, that I can get a public education in America, but may not even learn anything about something like that? That's actually history.
They don't want to push it. To be honest with you, a lot of them don't want to push that stuff, man. So, in my opinion, if I was to truly answer it, I think they want us to just to move on and to forget about it. Yep. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, oh, okay, well this happened. It is what it is. Get over it. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But then you have people like me or everybody else that's like, yo, y'all still owe us 40 acres and a mule. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? We still ain't got that. We still ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like I don't like that stuff. I don't like that. You're not gonna tell me to quote unquote forget about what happened all these years ago. But every single year it's a new documentary of John Bonet. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole nother thing for the 9/11. Every time I turn around, there's a new movie about it. Don't forget.
That's the line they put after it.
You know what I'm saying? Like never forget. But then you're like, oh yeah, well, what about the Tuskegee experiment when y'all was, you know what I'm saying, and infecting all the black people with that? No, forget that. Forget that. That's like let it go. All right, cool. All right, bet. But that's all it is. They want us to move on from. They want us to because they know that a lot of us, man, a lot of black people, we're so forgiving, man. We're so loving. It's just like
that is one of our biggest strength and weakness.
Facts, man. I hate it, man. I hate it, and that's one of the things, man. So that's why I always tell guys, I'm like, no, man, like educate your kids about it. When you, especially now, when you speak to black people about it, a lot of black people don't even want to tell their kids about stuff like that. And I hate hearing that. I hate hearing that.
Yeah, that's not
great. I hate hearing that.
It might sound blasphemous for me to say this since I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. But they use that against us because they know we have such a good heart.
Yeah.
Forgive your neighbor, forgive.
Yep.
If your master, slave, obey your master. All of that. They use that against us in a way. I'm sorry for saying that. But, I believe in the Bible and everything. But the manipulation was very strong, man.
I like that you use that word because I've heard that there was like a different variation of the Bible that they actually used called, like the slave Bible. Like they would specifically use certain words in that one, like the whole master obey or whatever. I know it's in the regular Bible, but they would take out other things. That would be like, be forgiving or treat your people that are your servants well, because God's gonna look at that, how you treat them. Like they took all those things out and made it only like, yo, you need to obey, and use that. Like you said, they manipulate the word and made people believe in something like they didn't need to believe in. That wasn't fully true. That wasn't fully true. Half truth, man. Sometimes that'll be the craziest way for people to get you. And they're like you were saying, bro, like it's the part about people not telling their kids, like, yo, like that's the way history before books was books. I feel like that's the way history was being written. Like you told of your family, like this is our history, this is who we are, and then you would tell the next generation, and you would tell the next generation. That way, your history.
It's all learned, man.
Man, if you break it. If you break it, then you stop that kid from learning like who they are. And then when they start to get treated a certain type of way, they get confused. Like, mommy, why or daddy, why are my friends acting this way around me? Or why did they say this about me and I didn't know about it? Like, or not me per se, but my ancestors went through this and I don't even know about it. So I think it's the greatest injustice we could do. That's what you said. They want us to forget. And if we as parents are encouraging that, oh, it's traumatic, I don't want my kids to find out about stuff we went through as a people, then you think you're helping your kids. I think you're not. Like, you're really hurting the kids. Like, because if they can know what happened in the past, when they start to see the cycle repeating, they can figure it out. Like, hey, this happened before. I'm not going to let it happen to me because this is how y'all got us in the first place. But if they don't know about it, then, how can they stop it?
It's so funny how the word freedom shouldn't even be used. We're being manipulated now in the system we live now. There's a lot of manipulation going on. All right, a black man graduated with a master's, a PhD, right? I go for a job interview. How likely it is if there's like 3 other white guy or woman, whoever goes for the same job interview, how likely it is you think I'm going to get that job? Very unlikely, right? So guess what? A lot of time they don't give us the opportunity to grow and be who we want to be. And that's what happened. Like freedom. We can like, all right, we can go outside and walk outside and whatever we want, but we don't have the freedom to provide and do certain things because they control everything. So the freedom is not really like, you have certain type of freedom, but you really don't. And then the whole thing, forget it. It could have happened, we could have forget it. But then it's hard to forget when it's happening over and over again. Let's say it stopped happening from the 1800s.
We never had to deal with something like this.
We ever again.
Right.
And no more racism. Man, we could have probably forgot about it.
We get reminded every day, bro.
We get reminded every day. So how could you tell us forget about it? Like
you tell me forget it, but remind me at the same time. Like
it's like what's his name said one time. You peeing on me and you telling me it's raining.
It's raining,
Come on, me
right.
It's again, but it goes back to what you said about the manipulation, man. It's all learned, man. It's all a way to it's all a way to form control. It's all a way to form control because at the end of the day, you have one, maybe two slave masters. You have 20 slaves. They're outnumbered. So what's the best way to keep 20 slaves? It's like prison system. Like, you know what I'm saying? The guards are completely outnumbered. For every one guard, there's like 50, 60 inmates.
Yeah.
Like how can I keep these 50, 60 people? They can easily overrun this prison any day, any second. But the way that they do that, they have the control, man. So they teach stuff. I mean, not teach, but they taught that to the slave masters, man. Like, yo, listen, I don't know if y'all read like How to Make the Perfect Slave. If y'all read those books, man, I'm telling you, those are like really good books to read, man. Like they go into like really, really crazy details, like psychologically, how to break them down mentally and let them know, like, all right, cool. I'm a slave master. I'm 5'3", 110. My slaves is 6'4", 280, but they'll never raise their hand to me. Why? Because I'm in their head psychologically. I know I have that control over them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It was something you keep. I want you to keep your train of thought there, but it was just something I learned this week. I don't even know why. I just came across a video that was talking about a guy was like, a kid went to a zoo. They wanted to like meet like elephants because they knew there was like huge, majestic type of animals, like super big, could take down anything if they needed to. And then there was like they got to the zoo and realized that the elephant was in the area and it was only like little like sticks really around it to cage them off. And he was afraid. He was like, "Dad, ain't the elephant just gonna like take off on us?" Like he was like, "No." He was like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, when the elephant was a little elephant, they used a stick like to kind of train them to not break it. And when they learned that they couldn't break it as a kid and they grew and grew and grew, it would never challenge the stick." So like you were saying, like it's a mental thing. So if they break you down mentally, like the elephant was broken down mentally, like they don't know how strong they are anymore.
Crazy.
Exactly.
And they won't pass. They will not like. And the elephants, to be honest, they have like the best memory of any animal. So if they remember as a little kid they couldn't break the stick, even as old as they are now, they're like, I can't break the stick. So I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not.
That's what's happening to us.
That's exactly. I mean, go into it some more, bro. Like
it's control, man. Like that's literally all it is. And I love that you brought that about the elephants, man, because it's the same thing with sharks. Sharks only grow as big as their environment, man. Like a lot of people don't know that. A lot of sharks be 20, 30, 40 feet if they're in the ocean, but if you have them as a baby and you throw them in a certain tank that's only so big, it won't outgrow its system. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know stuff like that. So it's the same thing with slaves, man. Same thing with slaves. A lot of the slaves were way bigger, way stronger than them, but they would never raise their hand no matter what to their slave master, man. You have to remember, like even like I like what you said about the Christianity thing. A lot of them wasn't even able to read back then.
Yeah,
a lot of them, so they only knew what the masters taught them. You know what I'm saying? So they only taught certain parts of the Bible. They only taught certain parts of whatever school system just so they can get by and get through the conflicts and do this, that, or third correctly. They was only able to learn so much. You know what I mean?
And that's one thing that was really like frowned upon too, to learn to read. Even if you tried it on your own or another slave knew how to read and would try to teach you how to read, they would probably beat them. Like
so they beat or kill them.
That started reading book or something?
Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was one of the ones that could read. Yeah. Well, not the first one, but we know of him to be one that was able to read, and he later wrote books and did a lot of things. But like you said, and then the whole concept of you want to hide something from black man, you put it in the book or whatever. Like we know we breaking that. Obviously, you telling us books we're reading, I'm reading. Like a daily thing that I'm trying to do, like where I'm reading at night or whatever. That if you're someone you listening or watching this, like you have to like educate yourself literally, because like you said, they'll learn stuff. So we have to unlearn certain things and learn the right things. Really, is how to combat the whole system they're trying to push on us. Like, but if you're not looking to educate yourself, like if you're not looking into things that are gonna benefit you, still stick with the system. The system's gonna be the system. Like someone said, the system is not broke. Like we keep saying it's broke. It's like, no, it's working exactly how it was planned to work. Like they looking at it, what are you talking about? It's not broke. It's working exactly how we planned for it to work. Oh man, like okay, so obviously we're 2021, you know, like I feel like we're getting more woke as black people. We have the younger people like us who's educated, like, you know, we got to push this further. Like, we got to push the education thing further and further, not just going to school to get a degree or whatever, but also like learn other things about the culture, about how we can push it forward. You know, so what would you say is something that you would recommend for someone who's like, I don't even know about Juneteenth. You know, I'm black in America, whatever. I don't know how you don't know about it, but you may not think.
No, there's a lot of people that don't know.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of people that don't know.
What would you recommend to those people? Like, would you say go all the way in, or would you say start here? Like,
I mean, start off slow. Start off with one of the two biggest noises that was in the Black history, like MLK, Malcolm X, and stuff like that. Start off slow with them. And then work your way back. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just go back to the first ship that went to Africa and all this that and third, you're gonna be like, hey, yo, nah, this is a little too much. I can't handle this. I can't handle. Yeah, so start off slow, man. Just start off really slow. Or you can even start when the day that we quote unquote made it free. You can even start there. But in my opinion, I would say start with MLK. Start with MLK, Malcolm X, and then just work your way backwards from that. You know what I mean? So you can learn about those guys. You can learn about Nate Turner. You can learn about all those people, man.
All the other guys.
Yeah, all the other, but just start off slow, man. Because if you dive all the way in, you may not like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I always tell people, man. Like usually, if you want, like if you want a full plate of something, just get a little sample of it first. Because if you take a whole plate of it and then you don't like it, now you're stuck with this whole plate. And you don't want to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like especially in my house, like you can't just turn back a whole plate. The cook gonna look at you like, man, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So no, take a sample, take a spoonful, and then just see what's up. Oh, okay, I'm liking it, but let me try something else. And then start off there. And then work your way back. Definitely, man. I think, especially as Black people, man, we should always learn about our history, whatever it is. Well, whatever it is, man, you should definitely learn about it. Definitely learn about it,
man. And it's so funny that we celebrating Juneteenth coming up. The Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre that happened. Yeah, it's been 100 years, right? So, like, I feel like, bro, it set us back so far. Yeah, it set us back so far, and to the point where I've been hearing a lot of talk saying we need reparation. What do you think of that reparation? Like, how is that? Do you think that's gonna help us? And how can, like, what's your opinion on that, man? I want to hear your opinion.
Man, my honest opinion, if I'm being all the way honest with you, it's not gonna happen. It's not. It's like I said earlier, we still waiting on 40 acres in the mule. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly don't think it's gonna happen, man. And I agree with you. It set us back because that was like the quote unquote Black Wall Street back when everyone was first again, like, you know what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, there's multiple explosions, multiple deaths, and this, that, and the third, and people still don't know what happened, but we know what happened. We all like, you know what I mean. Like we all know what happened, man. And so I love what I'm seeing now, man. I'm seeing a lot of people not only educate themselves, a lot of people starting their own businesses, a lot of people who's doing this, that, and the third. I love seeing stuff like that, man, because I know for a fact that one day, as long as we can get over this whole Willie Lynch syndrome and, you know what I'm saying, all this, I'm better than you, I'm better than this person. If we can get over that whole thing and we all come together, man, trust me, we're going to be good, man. We're going to be good, man. Like you look at the numbers on the, I don't know if you look at numbers on census and stuff like that, as far as like finances and how, especially like Black people spend money, like we are billion-dollar companies, man. Like if you look at the weave and the makeup industry, which is mainly made up of like 70-80% of Black women, $1 billion. If you take away half of that and invest it into our schools, invest it into our communities, invest it in whatever we want to invest it into, I guarantee you we're going to be able to flourish, man. But a lot of us don't have that type of mentality because it's all, well, we're so caught up in, I don't want you to be better than me. I don't want you to have more money than me. I want you to have the better car than me. You know what I mean? But you always see, like, for example, like the Jewish community, they're always doing great because they're always looking for their brother. They're looking out for their brother and sister, as opposed to us. It's like, okay, well, I found the yellow brick road to success, but I'm gonna cover it with bushes and I'm gonna cover it with this, that, third, so nobody can follow me and be as successful. You know what I'm saying? That's something that. Yeah, it stands out with us, man. It really, really stands out with us. So it's a syndrome that we have. Again, it goes back to the book, man. Like how to raise the perfect slave, man. It's just like mentally. That's crazy. No, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Like even if you go back to read it. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Even
who wrote it? Is it a white man?
No, it's damn, what's his name? I can't think of his name, man. If I remember his name, I'll say it. I can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm. We'll post it on our
yeah. If I remember, man, I'll text it to you. Yeah, but if you read all those stuff, man, even like the Willie Lynch letter, they called it back then. It was considered a book. Now it's not even a book. Now I think it's like maybe 10 pages. But back then it was a lot back then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he read that on the Mississippi River bank, and he was teaching everybody like, yo, listen, like you got to separate. You know what I'm saying? The black people, you separate them from heights and weights and the skin tone, the hair colors, and this, that, and the third, and treat one of them better than the other one.
And I was about to get to that point. This is the point where now it feels like we don't like each other, but it starts from way back then.
Mm-hmm.
You seen
the house slave,
each other. We're
house slave versus the field slave.
Yeah, but you're like, yo, my master is treating me right. My skin tone is lighter than yours.
Because you're his kid.
I guess I'm better than you then.
Yeah.
That's why you was his kid. Maybe they felt some type of way.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's all my blood in a way. I'm not gonna free him, but I'm gonna treat him a little better than I would treat you.
That's all it was. That's legit all it was. The slave master deep down knew, hey, yo, this is my child. So I'm gonna have you in the house, and you can, cook, clean, and sew and sweep and mop and all this other stuff. You won't be outside with the quote unquote field inwards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was.
They created that. But go ahead. I know you was on it.
So last thing, so we can move on. Like you said something about a shark. If you put them in a small environment, they won't grow as much.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what's happening in the black community right now? Because we're seeing that the black community is like, please talk, because you know they started with the whole drug infestation back then,
mass incarceration,
all of that. Come on, man, talk to me. Talk to me. I know you have a lot to say.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start with that. Redlining.
How could you?
Redlining, number one. That's first and foremost. We're gonna separate everyone. We're gonna put them here.
Mm-hmm.
In this where it's nothing but drugs, like you said, the drug infested areas, where there's a liquor store in every single block. You know what I'm saying? But you can only go to schools in this area. Now we got this area where it's flourishing. It has museums. It has all the resources, huge libraries, and this, that, and the third. And we're just gonna draw a red line in the middle, and you cannot come over here. You can't live there. Number one, and you cannot go to school here. You know what I'm saying? I was born and raised in the hood, man. I lived in Shadowside almost pretty much my whole life, man. Like I was, my mom had me when she was young. My mom had me when she was like 15, 16, high school. You know what I'm saying? And just growing up from there, man. Like I was in and out of shelters. You know what I mean? In and out the system. And it doesn't exist anymore. But back then it was called Florida's Home for Healing. And just growing up, man. Like I grew up in Hispanic family houses and white people family houses, black people. Like I was in different family houses, so I got to see how everyone acted and stuff like that. And it's just like it's complete. It's like night and day. It's like, no, seriously, it's like night and day, man. It's literally like night and day. So going to mainly black schools like William Danny. I don't know if you know about William Danny. William Danny. I went to William Danny. Lauderhill Middle also. Went to BA. Got kicked out of BA. Went to Plantation. Graduated from there. But it was just a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like a lot of the schools that I went to, like for example, when I was at BA, they didn't even have books for us. They didn't even have books for us. Like the teacher just sat in and be like, "Oh, come in, sign in, sit down, shut up," and that's it. That's it. Like no, like seriously. And one of the first times I ever visited, what was it called? Stoneman Douglas, way before all the shooting and everything happening. Man, it was completely different. It was completely different. Like not only just like the food was there, but the buildings was way cleaner. Everybody had an extra book. They had the students there had a book to take home with them and a book in a classroom. Bro. I was like,
yeah.
Why y'all can't give us one of these books?
One of the ones that they take home was up there. Yeah, they got.
It's crazy.
I remember. I have that you said that a friend of mine. He was actually on the previous episode. Wagner. He went to he went to Monarch High, so it was like more.
That's another good school.
Yeah. So Wag had a Mac, bro. He took a Mac home, and he brought it with us. Like he brought it around us. It was like, bro, that's my school computer, bro. I'm like. We don't even have computers at the time.
Go to the library.
You got to take a Mac home, bro. Like, really?
Must be nice.
That's just to say. Like, exactly what you're saying is exactly. I went to BA. I didn't have no computer to take home. Let alone, like you said, let alone
books. Let alone a book, man. Let alone a book. Like, a lot of it, again, it just redlining, man. Like you just separate. It's in my opinion, another way of segregation, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's another way. Like you can get arrested for lying, basically using someone else's address, which is what my mom did, because I wasn't able to even go to Plantation. Wasn't that much of a better school. Huh?
Right, so you can go to a different school. You have to use a different address because that's in your code.
You can get arrested for that.
I know we use that plenty of times.
Yeah. That's what I said. That's how I wasn't even able to go to Plantation High because I didn't live in that area.
Right.
I didn't live in that area, but my mom lied on the address and did this, that, and the third. But you can get in so much trouble now
because they knew if you could like rig the system, you can get the benefits that you probably wouldn't have gotten because you redlined. Like you're not supposed to be in this area.
Here's what they set us up for failure. If I could be wrong about this, and don't judge me, whatever, you guys hearing me. But I believe that back then when crack was just such a thing, killing everybody, black people going to jail, dying. But as soon as white people started dying from it, all right, we gotta change this. We gotta make this thing illegal. We gotta take it off the street. So it's like it's a setup. They set us up for failure. That's a thing that we cannot win. Like, is there a way for us to win, in your opinion? Because right now I feel like we're still dealing with a lot of those things where the system is set up for us not to win. How can we get out of this? Like, for me, I blame the music industry for one. Mm-hmm. The things they put out there, the message they putting out there, it's telling the young kids growing up who look up to them, this is cool. It's all good to have this and that. It's all about the money. Rob stores and
do what you gotta
do drugs, do whatever you gotta do. I shoot this, I kill you, I this and that. Man, like come on, man, like positive message. And I feel like, I think is it because the music industry is being controlled by the white man? Like, there's a lot going on. I want you to you and all, picture like how can we get out of this thing? I feel like we're stuck.
Self-healing, number one. Self-healing. Self-love. A lot of us don't even love our skin complexion. No, seriously. A lot of us don't even love our skin complexion. Number one, as opposed to as another person that's sitting next to me that's darker than me, or a lot of the times you see a lot of people, and that's one of the reasons why I personally always told myself, man, I for me to get married to a woman, she has to be natural, man. She has to be natural. No weave, no makeup, none of that crap. I don't want to see none of that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see none of that. I'm serious. Like I'm really big on that, man. Mm-hmm. You cannot come to me with that weave in your hair, man. Like blonde hair and green hair and all that going all the way down. Like, come on, no, bro, no, man. That's first and foremost.
That's his preference, y'all. By the way, that's his preference. That's his preference.
That's my preference. That's my preference. But I think that's where it starts. Self-love, man. Mm-hmm. Self-love. A lot of people they throw all this crap in their hair because they don't like what they see in the mirror. That's all it is. They like what they don't like what they see in the mirror, so they get all this weed, they get all this makeup that's way lighter than their complexion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They start bleaching their skin. Mm-hmm. All that is self-hate, man. Like I've dated so many girls, man, and once I find that stuff out, all right, cool, let me get up out here. I'm out. Like I already know what's up because I'm not gonna, number one, take you serious, but start a family with you, and then we have a daughter, and then my daughter's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not beautiful because I'm too dark, because of whatever, or my hair is too nappy, it's too coarse, or too this or too that. I don't like stuff like that, man. I really don't like stuff like that. Irritates the heck out of me, man. It gets me really out of character when I see and hear stuff like that, man. I hear, like, especially black women all the time, man. I had a video on this a long time ago where I was getting my hair done in the salon, and she had her daughter with her. The girl probably was maybe like 7 or 8 years old. She was getting like some type of whatever weave in her head, and the girl was crying because it was hurting her. It was hurting her head. Mm-hmm. And so the mom was like, oh, stop crying. Don't you want to look beautiful? Don't you want to look good? Don't you want to be beautiful? Man. I'm like, what? What? Like, and I'm like, bro, just imagine, and this was years ago. Mm-hmm. Just imagine her being 5-6 years old, hearing, you have to have all this crap in your head just to be beautiful. So now when she grows up, when she comes out naturally at the way she is, she's gonna be like, yo, I don't even want to go outside. A lot of girls don't even want to go outside unless their hair is done.
And sometimes they look more beautiful natural.
Bro, don't even get me started.
More beautiful and natural, but they're so insecure.
And then the thing is, I feel like like the whole makeup and everything like that, right? Yeah. I feel like it destroys the natural, like your skin. It's not helping it. Yeah. It's masking something, but at the same time, I feel like it's the chemicals are destroying like your actual skin. Because the thing about it is, I realize like with like people who have acne, whatever, it's a thing they have. It's a thing. But the acne products, right? Like I've never seen a product where you just buy it one time and you good for life.
Yeah.
It's like you buy it when you stop using it, that thing come back worse than the first time you started using it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always seen the commercials like, oh wow, it's gonna work, it's gonna work. I'm like, it's a way for them obviously to make money, but they will never make it in a sense where you just use it one time and get rid of your acne and you straight. But the makeup thing to me is the same way. Like the product they use to make the makeup, you don't even know what it is. You put it on your skin every single day. Like you think it's helping your skin, it's not. You're masking whatever you're masking because someone told you. Like they were saying this was not this is not good enough. Yeah. Like it goes back to the whole concept we were saying earlier. Like the whole psychology thing. Like first of all, they used it on us, and then they used it so well that we're using it on each other. Now that's when they really win. When they don't have to actually be the ones to do it anymore, and like the parents are the one, like you say, I don't want you to learn about these things because they were traumatic, or you're not beautiful enough. You have to make sure you do your makeup, whatever. Like you could tell, okay, if you want to do this, that's fine, but you're beautiful as you are. You don't have to do this. Build them that way. That way, if they do it down the line, that's their choice. Yeah. But don't tell them at 5, 6 years old, you're not beautiful enough, so you have to wear makeup, or see mom all the time wears makeup, different hair. Like you never see the person's real hair. Like there's some people I've never seen their real hair, bro. I'm not, bashing nobody, but I'm just saying, let's be real. Like we've never seen it. Like what are the kids growing up seeing that gonna do? Like they're like, I don't have to show my real hair. Like you said, I want to go outside today because my makeup. I
don't have my hair. I don't got no weaving. I don't got no this, that, or that. That's crazy.
Not going anywhere. I woke up like this. No, you did not. You did your makeup. Oh my gosh.
But that basically answers his question, man. Like how do we get out of it? Number one, self-love. Learning to accept who you are and how you look. Knowing that black is beautiful, dark skin is beautiful. It doesn't matter, man. Like you hear people today, I don't like dating dark skinned people because I want my kids to be dark skinned. Why not? Ignorance. Why not? Let me tell you something. And I have never I've never quote unquote dated outside of my race. I think I've dated like a couple Hispanic girls, but I've always dated black girls, man. Like ever since I was young, I've always dreamed of having kids. Every time I dreamed of having kids, it was dark skinned boys or dark skinned girls. I never dreamt of having a mixed child or anything. Like I've never done that, man. So I know for a fact whenever I do decide to have kids, one day whenever I get married, whenever I do decide to have kids, I know my son or my daughter is gonna be either my complexion or darker than me. Either way, I'm still gonna be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna teach them like, hey, yo, listen, you still cool, you still look good. You know what I'm saying? My sister's darker than I am, and my mom. That was one thing. My mom always taught us like, hey, yo, you still look good. But that was mainly because of how she was raised. Again, like I said, my grandpa, my mother's father was in a Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so they did their thing. Like a lot of them, they did their own products, and that's how I was able to do all the hairs and this, that, and the third, and lotions and all that stuff. Like, I learned that from my mom. My mom learned that from, I'm assuming, her mom and her parents. You know what I'm saying? And so forth, man. But to answer your question, no, it has to be that. Self-love, man. It has to be self-love.
And love one another. Love one another.
Which,
you can't love other people until you love yourself, though.
You got to start there first.
Because you're seeing so many things going on, killing one another in the Black community, especially in Chicago. Every day.
It's horrible.
Even more recently in Miami, too. There's a couple shootings.
And it's for nonsense. Nowadays, people don't even talk. You mad at me? I'm mad at you. Go in my car. I pull up my
jealousy.
Yeah, I remember we was at the court playing basketball one time. I'm laughing at it now, but at the time he was really serious. Like this dude was mad because a dude touched him, like hit him or whatever. Not like punched him, but rubbed against him wrong or something happened. Well, he got fouled. He didn't appreciate getting fouled. So the guy went to go in his bag. At the time, he went to go get his phone, but we all was thinking like, bro, this man about to pull a gun. Like the way he went to his bag, so mad, like, wait right here. I'm like, oh, shoot. And the other dude was like, bro, I got kids here. Like, we just coming to play ball. I don't want us to be in a situation where, like someone would have pulled up. But that's the type of stuff we have to think about because our community, like you said, is so divided. So the word I was going to use, damage too, I was going to use is like you said, self-love and also unity. Like, but you kind of saying it, love one another, but like just come together because we're fighting against separatism. Like they're trying to separate us from the jump from slavery, like separating mom and dads and kids that break up the whole family. If they came from one tribe, they would sell them to different plantations just to make sure there was no connection where they are. Make sure they didn't speak the same language. And now you fast forward, now it's still the same thing. They're trying to make us, oh, he's darker than me. Oh, he's lighter than me. He's better than me. And kids literally would think that. Like, I've seen like experiments or tests, whatever, being ran where like a black kid had to pick dolls. And they had to pick the doll that they wanted, that they thought was, and they picked the lighter doll because that's what they were always, seeing. Like, don't pick the darker doll. There wasn't even a black Barbie. Like that didn't happen until years after. It was like, well, we got to create a doll that represents the kids because it's like you always seen the white Barbies, the white whatever. Everything was white, so of course the kid's gonna pick a white doll. Like they never seen a black doll. They never see something that represents them that they could relate to. So it was sad, but the kids would give it to you just like it is. If you want to see how society's doing, like you said, put a kid in a situation where they don't have any biases and they'll pick exactly what they've been trained to pick. Like what you've been telling them to pick the whole time. Like, you got to break that.
So do you think racism is learned?
Oh, yeah.
Or
I don't even think you got to go with or, bro.
It's learned.
It's learned. Don't even give me an or.
All right,
it's straight up learned. I feel like these parents literally was like, bro, this is what we gonna do. This is who we are. This is how we do it. All right. This is how we gonna do this. How we treat these people. This is what we do. Like, period. Like that way. And then when because no one, when I'm growing up, because I wasn't taught to hate anybody. I was, I'm not growing up hating white people, or whatever, but learning things that those people did. Then it starts to build something in me, like, bro, like, why y'all did black people like that? Why y'all did us like that? But my parents wasn't teaching me to hate them. I had to find out stuff to be like, oh man, y'all flawed, like how y'all treated people. But I didn't grow up like I have to, But I feel like, like parents are literally like, bro, that's how we gonna treat these people. They beneath us.
Yeah, there's an African saying. I don't know it verbatim, like word for word, but it says when there's unity on the inside, the noises on the outside cannot break you up. So that's where it starts. We need to unite first as in the black community before there can be any change. So, right,
love is the key, though, man. We don't unify. None of that happens with no love. Like self-love, and then love your neighbors, love like your brothers, your sisters, like uplift them, bring them up. Want to see them success, like be successful or succeed, like not trying to be like the whole crab in the barrel thing, like he's about to do well. No, don't even start on that.
Let's get on it, bro.
It's already the same train, bro. Like it's a lot of things that we got to speak against on Juneteenth, bro. Like you got your own business stuff going on, and I might have my own business stuff going on, but I don't want to see you succeed. Like, why don't I want to see you succeed? Because if you succeed, eventually I'll succeed, because you're gonna be like, yo, this is what I did.
You have the blueprint.
Yeah.
Can I learn from you?
This is what I did. This is how I got through, bro. Like, you can do it too in your own way, in your own, system.
There's
but
plenty of room on the table for us. People think that I have to get rid of you. No, there's plenty of room.
There's plenty of money for everybody, man. I say it all the bro. I say it's too many times, man. There's plenty of money for everyone. It's plenty of money for everyone, man. Like, and like you said about the basketball guy that fouled him, man. I grew up in, well, we the same age range, so we know about this. Like, we used to fight people just because you stepped on our shoes.
Just cuff my shoes,
just straight ignorance, man. And like,
something I could just clean.
Yeah, something you go to the bathroom and wipe it off.
You're my bad, bro. I ain't mean to mess with you. Don't even worry about it, bro. I can clean it. Yes.
Look at the man.
Looking at
somebody.
Come on, but I just look like, yo,
you sizing me, bro?
Matter of fact, I was playing basketball one time, right? So got done playing 2 games. I'm kind of tired. I'm just sitting on the ground, just chilling. And then I'm watching these guys playing on the other end, and I zoned out. But I was looking at this guy. I didn't even realize I was really looking at him.
Like a weird look. You just kind of zoned out.
I was just looking. Man started walking at me. What you looking at, man? You trying to? I was like, oh snap, my bad, bro. I wasn't really.
He got even looking at you, bro. Like,
it's that bad where we quick to attack one another.
Yeah,
like,
you size me, bro.
He could be like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? That's all. He could have been like, yeah, what's good, man? How you doing, bro? But he
coming up to fight already.
Right, I was like, bro, chill.
As if you said some things to him, bro.
Yeah, so that's that mentality they put in us to not like each other. So
oh my gosh, bro, that thing is
love,
deep.
Man, the keyword, love.
That thing is deep.
It's I think who was it? I think Jim Jones. I can't remember. One of the rappers said POME, product of my environment. And that's literally what it all is, man. That's literally what it all is.
I think
That's
it goes
literally
back
what it all is.
to the whole. I think there's a movie about it. It goes back to a Tupac line. Dang it! What was the? Oh my gosh!
When he says, I don't care about you. I don't care about him. I don't care about nobody. And I don't care about myself.
No, not that. But that's
what's it called?
basically
Juice. I think it was called.
It's a movie they did on it. The hate you give.
Oh, the hate you give.
Like
Yeah.
oh
The hate you give.
bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that
The hate you
product
give.
of my environment.
Yeah.
You put this in me, and I'm putting it back. Like
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
absolutely right on that, bro. Like they create an environment for us, redlined us.
Mhm.
You feel me? And then that's all they needed to do, low key. Like put all the liquor stores, flush the drugs in there.
Take the fathers out, like you know what I'm saying, and that's man, it's a lot, man. I can go on like this for hours, man. It's too much.
It's like
it's too much to talk about.
The animal world. You feel me? Like
yeah.
The lion's gonna go after the smaller,
predators, bro.
Predators. So they put us in an environment where we have
to be
kill each other
praised.
to survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You have to kill
to
rob
survive.
this guy.
If you want to
he has a
eat
fast
tonight.
screen TV. You better rob him, get some money off of it. Like we ain't giving you no job.
But how
you have
about
a criminal. We gotta make sure you have a criminal record. That way you can get a job.
Yeah. And then where can he live?
Yeah,
on this side of the red line.
It's systematic. You feel me? They set you up.
And then there's something too that I myself learned this past year, 2020, which was, when they say obviously you're not able to vote if you have like some type of criminal record or whatever. Which a lot of I believed in that. Oh yeah, you can't vote if you have a record. That vote don't count. But then obviously we had a lot of people that was, speaking against that. Shout out to Snoop. Like saying that, he has obviously Snoop got a record. He's like he was able to vote. So it's certain places you can still vote, or it's not really what people say it is. Yeah. But like you said, they tell us this like on the news. Oh, you can't have a record if you think you're gonna vote, whatever. And then you believe that. He said for the first time of his life, that's the first time he voted.
And it's like you said earlier, man. You want to hide something from black people? Put it in a book. Put it in the laws. Put it in words. Put it in black and white words, man.
And this
people
is
not
the
gonna read about
biggest thing, bro. This is where they get us. We all think it's the president. Oh, the president's gonna change this. No, it's the judges.
Oh yeah, it's the local authority.
Your judges are like they the one that dictate your fate, man. All right. The cop can do whatever to you. The judge can be like, nah, he's right. He has the right to do anything he wants to you. What are you gonna do now at this point? The judge decide everything a lot of times. So that's one thing where the law is like, bro, we have so much to we need to like.
But we don't know it though.
We need to start having black judges.
We don't know the law.
We need to start having those people empowered.
Yeah.
Like then, because a lot of time with the judge thing, like they don't leave until they die, most of them, right?
Pretty much, bro. Unless they do something really crazy,
something wrong. So then that's what Trump was doing before he left.
He put the people in
place.
place.
He put a bunch of racist judges in place because he knows they're gonna be here for like generations.
Yeah.
So this is why it's like I asked, how can we, step up and actually get better? But it's hard because these people the laws, they make the laws, a bunch of politicians, they make the laws and stuff, so it's hard.
And then
we need to have less. I know the athletes and rappers are important. We need to have more people who's inside fighting for us.
Yeah, that's actually in those like fields, like laws and able to like create certain things. And I'll say one thing too, like we don't know the law as well as they do. Or they create it. They actually the one that created it. So they know the ins and out of it, where they can get out, loopholes. Like you ever see somebody like getting pulled over who's white and how they go off on these cops? Like obviously they're privileged, but then they actually do know like the law too, like what they can and cannot do. Like a cop tell you right now, get out your car as a black man, you probably gonna be like, damn, shoot, I have to get out the car but it's like, what right do you have to make me get out my car? You feel me? Obviously there's a lot, the law's working against us and they can shoot us and get away with it. So it's like you feel so much pressure of like, dang, I have to listen to this dude and then he's gonna plant something in your car that he's gonna be like, this is what I found. That's why I pulled you over.
You resisting arrest.
Like, that was never in my car. It's your word against their word. And like you said, the judge is already in bed with these cops. So when you come through, it's like a line. It's like an assembly line. They just bringing you on the conveyor belt to go right into jail, bro. Like, they literally just like, yeah, bro. Yo. You seen innocent? How many innocent people you see come 40 years later come out of jail and they were innocent?
I be hating that, bro. Like, so it was wrong. 40 years and all he get is what's wrong?
And a little bit of cash. But 40 years of their life.
That don't mean nothing. Exactly.
40 years of their life went away.
You can't go back in time.
He could have been a millionaire. Who knows? Yeah. You messed up generation to come. You know what this
You took somebody's dad away for 40 years, right? You took somebody's husband away for 40 years or somebody's kid away for 40 years, bro. Like, you don't know what impact that person was going to have now they're in the inside. And when they get out after 40 years, who's to say that, they're okay? Who's to say that they're going to be right mentally after 40 years in that system? It's a system in there too, So, but man, that's why, Mark is about to say something, but on this Juneteenth, we want people to be aware of these things. We don't want just people to be like, oh, Juneteenth, we're finally free. We can, whatever. Yeah, we kind of free. Like we've been saying earlier, we're kind of free. Yeah. But then there's a lot of things we have to push for, as Black people that we need to make sure that are happening. And I think we're not holding people accountable too. Like we say certain things and then we just let it go. Yeah. We say certain things. I'm glad that finally with the last the guys that went to court for George Floyd, they finally we've seen something where they actually, say, okay, y'all get in trouble for that.
Social media plays a big role in there.
Oh my, thank God for that, man. People just pulling out their camera phone like, yeah, do what you got to do, but I'm going to be right here. Yeah. Just make sure you do it right because I'm going to send this viral.
But they do it. They don't care now. It's like, we're going to do it because we're going to get away with it in court. Yeah.
Except now we finally have something we can go back to and be like, well, in this situation, this is how y'all treated it. So we need that same type of energy when y'all treating the next cases coming down the line. Because we know if they keep getting away with it, why stop, bro? Like, and they usually they get caught, they get suspended with pay. And usually it just fades away, and they might just go in a different precinct or a different area to work.
That's all they do. They just switch precincts. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's all it is. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, that's really all it is. And sometimes they'll even change their name, change their look, dye their hair color to a different color or something like that, and then they get a new life, man. They get a new life, bro. They get a whole new life, man. New life. You see what's going on with what's her name? The lady that murdered Amber Geiger, I think is her name. I think that's her. The one that murdered Botham Jean. Yeah. That shot. I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And got 10 years, man, for murdering someone, and now she's asking for a retrial, and now they're trying to talk it. Yeah. They trying to talk it down. They trying to talk it down from 10 to 5. From 10 to 5. Oh my God.
You don't even get a chance as a Black man to ask for.
Man, you get 25 to life, bro.
I say that all the time, bro. Imagine me, as Black as I am, going in a white woman's house
with all them beards.
Man, please, don't even get me started. and shoot and kill her and say, "Oh, I thought it was my house." Man, get the hell out! It was your house. I'll be in prison before the weekend.
So if you thought that was your house, we're gonna put you in a better house, the jailhouse.
Come get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. But when you. And I hate that, man, because a lot of the people, even the neighbors, was like, yo, no, like she was banging on the door saying, let me in, do this, that, and third. So you had to know something.
This ain't your
house. They had to know something. She was saying that, like they used the key card and it was lighting up red or something like that, and saying how the door was. She's changed her story so many times. She said the key card wasn't working. Number one. All right, cool. Well, how did you get in? Oh, well, the door was it wasn't closed. It was just adjacently closed. And they're like, hey, yo, no, listen. The door is the same thing in my complex. It's on a spring. You're not gonna be able to leave it open. It closes. It closes on its own. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just a whole bunch of stuff, man. And
why are you using a key card on the door that's already open?
Yeah. There you go.
Come on, man.
She kept changing the story, man. Got 10 years, and I remember being so upset because I was just I remember we were here. Yeah. At school, at work. I was telling everybody, I was like, bro, there is no way me walking into a white woman's house and shoot and kill her, and she just eating ice cream. Oh, man, please, them people would have came for me and my family. like, come on,
you had accomplices. No. Who else was with you? We want all of them.
But it was amazing about what the apologist was saying. Oh, she had a long day at work. I don't care. I you know how many long days I've had?
Days at work so long.
I've never killed nobody. I'm not trying to hear that.
Go to work is a long day. I'm not trying to hear.
Well, she was stressed. She had a long day. Oh, well, she just didn't know. Bro, you're on the wrong floor, number one. Number two, each of the floors, the hallways are painted a different color. And then you come to his door and he had like some bright orange red mat. I'm like, you ignored all, and he had plants and stuff like that by his door. You know what I'm saying? And her door, she didn't have nothing. She didn't have a plant. She didn't have a mat, anything. I'm like, so all these things you're just that tired. Like, all right, bro, bet. All right, y'all got that. Y'all got that. Like, come on. But this is the type of stuff that you're gonna have to deal with, man. And you can just imagine how often they were doing this prior to cell phones. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at what's his name, Rodney King, when they had on that huge camcorder back in the day.
Yeah, huge camcorder.
You know what I'm saying? But they've been doing that stuff. They've been doing that stuff for years, man. They've been doing that stuff for years.
As many as get caught on camera, just imagine how many that don't get caught on camera. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Bro. Yeah, man.
One thing I always say is that it would be nice if every black person in this country has a lawyer connection. Yeah. We're connected to that because a lot of time we don't know better. They manipulate you.
Let's say we don't know the law,
you get caught with like a pound of weed, right? Guess what they're gonna tell you? All right, listen, we're gonna take you. Your own lawyer is gonna mess you up. Hey, I think you should take a plea bargain. If
guilty,
you're going
bro.
The court right now, you might get 10 years. They might give you 2 years, man. Just take it. But a lot of times they just trying to like speed up to the next case and make more money. But they could have defended you.
But got you off.
They
could have got you off.
So a lot of black men suffers with that. Pleading guilty for something they're not guilty for.
Telling you straight up, plead guilty, you get less years. And you got that lady that's guilty saying, I want a retrial because I want nah, man, come on, bro.
Crazy. Man was in his house eating ice cream. Like, can you imagine, bro? Like just you sitting down,
chill, bro.
Yeah, watching whatever you was watching, eating damn ice cream. All you see is somebody barging in and then shoot you, and then you just like, man, what just happened? What just happened? You know what I'm saying? But you still over here making excuses, man. Like it was a whole thing, and they aired her dirty laundry out, man. I hope they continue to do so because like she was sleeping with like the sergeant. The sergeant was married, and they ended up calling the sergeant. I don't know if y'all watched the trial.
But
man. Like it was a whole bunch of stuff, man. A whole bunch of stuff, man. But like that's how it is, man. And I think back like the first time I seen police brutality, I think I want to say fifth or sixth grade, man. There was like some kids fighting. You know how it is in middle school. Some kids was fighting. Police showed up and like these are kids. That's like we like 80 pounds, not 70 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Police pulls up. The kids are fighting in the grass, and he like picks one up and like throws him. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Being all rough with each other. I'm just like, bro, we're in like middle school, man. Like, and I ran home and I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, we gotta call the police. And my mom was like, what do you think they finna do?
Where's the police?
What you think they're gonna do? And me growing up seeing stuff like that young and just having that type of reaction from my parents is like what you think gonna do?
It's like
there's nothing you can say, nothing you can do.
Dang, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And so like
crushes you, bro.
that's how the first time I saw police brutality, I was like, I want to say 5th or 6th grade. The first time I had police brutality against me, I was in high school. We were riding the city I said city bus. We were riding the school bus, and like kids will throw stuff off the bus and stuff like that. And so they threw something off the bus and it hit somebody's car. Police came. We pulled over. Police came. And because I was sitting on the right side of the bus, they pulled everyone on the right side of the bus.
Side.
Yeah, on the window side. And so like they're like, oh, who threw it or who did this or who did that, da 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 da. And I'm sitting there, I'm like I legit didn't know. I'm like, bro, I have no idea, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who it is. Like,
business.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm listening to my MP3 player. You know how it was back in the day.
It's the school
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and I guess he felt some type of way because I was like I said like this. I was like, I legit don't know. I said just like that, and he felt some type of way, like I was trying to, like you know what I'm saying, and to tie into that, you know, I'm young, I'm like, he ain't about to do nothing to me, you know what I'm saying? But it was just the fact that I legit didn't know, and he hit me in the stomach with the baton, man, and yeah, bro, I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right. Yeah, if he keeps going, like everybody's gonna sit there and just look and watch this happen,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And I remember my stomach was hurting so damn much, man. Like my ribs was hurting so much, and I never told my mom because I already knew my mom.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? What are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Right. Then have my mom scared from me, you know, going to and from home. And I'm just like, and I never told my mom, man. Never to this day, my mom never knew that. To this day, my mom never knew this. My mom never knew.
She watches.
Oh no, we gotta cut this out. But no, man, like I was.
Cop name, everything. She gonna go badge number, everything.
No, man, I was like ninth or 10th grade, man. 9th or 10th. I would never forget that, man. I would never forget. Even the bus driver looked like he didn't even know what to say. He was just like, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh man, like, bro, really? And I'm just sitting there looking. I was like, bro, what? But it happens, man. It happens often, man. It happens often, like especially when you growing up in again, like in the hood and in predominantly black areas, man. Like they know what's up, man. Like they're not stupid, man. Like you know what I'm saying?
They do.
Like of course we got a couple bad apples, but majority of the time, a lot of us know not to say
not
or
to do
certain
stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When the
trouble,
police is
man.
around, man. Like no, man, you out of your mind, man. You out of your mind. Growing up in those areas, like I walked those streets. I lived those. I lived that life, man. It's just like. I've had so many police interactions, good and bad. I've had so many police interactions, man. But it's just like, I know for a fact that any given Sunday, you can pull out your gun and shoot me and say, "Oh, he did ABC 1, 2, 3," whether it's true or not. He did ABC 1, 2, 3. They will always take their side. You know what I'm saying?
Their words against yours, man.
So last thing is like, we had a mental health episode a few weeks ago, and that ties into it because now. Seeing those things happen when you were a child, and then getting hit by this cop, you probably were traumatized seeing cops now.
Oh hell,
I think a lot of black men are traumatized by cops. They scared, they get traumatized, they're afraid. And
bro, you see them lights behind you, your heart stops.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Probably think that man.
Keep driving until they like pull over. Like we see it, we start to like ease off to the side. Like, is that me? They just drive by you like. Thank God. Like,
you know how many times I hit? That's not.
Like, thank God, that's not me.
Well, it's again, man. It's learned, man. You know one of the first cops in America were what they called back then Negro catchers. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of the first things, and they used to have batons and shackles and all the other stuff and a badge. Yeah, and they would walk around, and if you was walking without your slave or without a white person next to you, where's your papers? Let me see your papers.
That you're free, and sometimes they'll take it and tear it up.
To write a note on the paper.
Where
saying,
you going?
Yeah, he's going to ABC 1, 2, 3, and then growing up,
doing this now.
Yeah, bro. Like, and back then they didn't even know how to read. You know what I'm saying? Or let alone write. So, okay, cool. I know you ain't write it, so let me go ahead and read. Let me see where you're going. And if you ain't had no papers, bro, it would be a wrap.
Yeah.
A lot of the times they would pay with their life. And that's where it goes to, man. Like it's that learned knowledge, man, of centuries of going through all that. Of course, yes. Cops evolved from that to what it is now to quote unquote protect and serve. All right, cool. But that's what majority of it started, man. That's legit where most of it started. You know what I'm saying? So
man, there's a time you can even sit in front of your house after a certain time.
Yeah.
You gotta go in. What are you doing outside your house? Like you're supposed to be inside your house, not outside. Not for real. It was like that.
Oh my God.
It was bad. But I know we've been saying a bunch of like things we're mad. We don't needs to be changed. Why can't we? Because we don't want to make.
No, we don't want to be like.
We're negative. We do have some stuff to celebrate.
Yeah.
What are some stuff that we should be celebrating? Because we did come from a long way. We came from far. What are some things you and Ori can think of that we should be celebrating as Juneteenth? For Juneteenth.
I think I say like for us, like even in honor of Juneteenth, but just for us to be able to have like platforms too, like for us to speak on, like this platform, Dev, you have your own podcast too. Like we're trying to bring education to people, like I'm sure we couldn't do this back then. Like it's like, where are you gonna air this at? Like, no, no. So like we're able to take advantage of certain situations. I'll say as Black people now, we're realizing that there's power in knowledge and power in letting people know about it, like educating others. So that's huge. And obviously we've made some stride with social, like especially with COVID. Like if one thing COVID did for us is allow us to be able to allow people to be sitting at home to realize what's really going on and act on it. Like I'm not saying it's not just Black people. There was white people too that was on the streets, marching to with some of the social stuff that happened. So it kind of like because people were sitting at home not working, and you couldn't ignore it. You couldn't ignore it. So I would say that even 2021 coming from like the last year we had, it's like we can unite more. We can come together more. like just be on, on the same wavelength and speaking the same thing, across the board. So I would say, to celebrate, like just be with the ones you love, like we were saying, and educate them, like teach them about what they need to know, so that we can keep going, so we can keep learning, we can break the different cycles that's happening. We're not gonna do it when we're not talking about it. We have to have some conversations. They may be tough conversations, but have them with your kids, have them with your family members, like, educate yourself, educate each other. And I think that's the best way. Read books, like to help you to know how to address certain things. If you have kids, you don't know how to address it, like read a book, learn about it, and then, help your kids understand it too. Like, I think as Black people, we definitely have come far, but we're not nowhere near where we need to stop at. One thing that I do realize that we having a lot more entrepreneurs, like Black business owners, like, just pushing, pushing. So we have to support each other. We have to, like, if I know Dev is selling a product, like you were saying earlier, Mark, you want that junk.
I got you, man.
I'm gonna have to support it.
It's a secret.
It's the oils, man.
That thing look legit, bro. Like,
it's the oils, man.
They look
Again,
legit.
man. But like a lot of us don't know, let alone how to even take care of our skin or our hair, man, because we buy it from other people that don't even know how to take care of
this type of
this type of coarse hair. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, why are you listening to these people? Oh, put perms in it. Do this, do that. And now your hair is falling out. Now you losing your edges. Now you doing this, that, and third because you're using these crazy products. There's people that use I'm not gonna shout out because I don't want to discredit them, but certain big shampoo conditioners. And when you read like the stuff that's in it, it's just like, bro, like these things are horrible to our types of hairs. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta realize like it's not made for us. You gotta realize certain shampoos and conditioners made for certain people, white, Hispanic, or whatever, because it does ABC 1, 2, 3. Our hair, the way our hair grows, is not consistent with how theirs is. So we need extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, my mom always made all the stuff for us. So me growing up, I always knew about how to use certain flowers, how to extract certain this, that, and third. Growing up, man, and I will always explain to people how to do it. And then I'm just like, you know what? Like, and then my homegirl told me, like, man, just sell it to her. I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? She made it herself like a couple times. And she's like, I can't keep doing it. Like, I can't, like, just do it for me and just sell it to me. And I'm just like, bro, you're right. That makes so much sense. Why I didn't just think of this before? So,
definitely got to support each other.
Yeah. Do you have a name for it? Is that name the product?
It's the same thing as my YouTube. OMG is Dev products. I was going to do something like Dev oils or whatever, but I'm still like technically in phase 1 where I'm just doing oils. So I only have 2 sets of oils. It's one for fast growth and one for softening. And eventually I'm going to have my third oil, which is the avocado one. And then if all those sell good, then I'll start branching off into shampoos and conditioners. And
come on, y'all.
So like support, I'm just taking one day at a time, man. One day at a time. But phase 1 is just the oils. Phase 2 will be like shampoo, conditioner. Phase 3 will be my lotions and soaps for our bodies and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm just I broke it down, man. We business majors. You know how it is.
We know, man. That's good, like you said, man. I love your answer, bro. Like, more Black businesses, more people doing big things. I feel like now, we're seeing that we start speaking up for ourselves. We start standing. I'm seeing a movement where we start slowly standing up for ourselves. Understand that we do have power. The whole thing where they train us as like that elephant, where we feel like we cannot move forward. This is the environment I'm meant to be at. I feel like our eyes are beginning to open, and we understand that we can level up if we actually come together. And I'm seeing that, and that's big because that's the only way it's gonna start. That's the beginning of a revolution. And not to sound racist or whatever, but the white men are afraid of the power that we have. They're afraid if we come together, so much can happen. So much can happen. So that's the reason why a lot of times they see one Black man who's very bright and brilliant. Guess what they do? They take him in. Hey, come in, join our team, because they know you're gonna start talking to me. I'm gonna start learning from you, and then I'm gonna start talking to Ori. Ori gonna learn from me. Next thing you know, we're gonna build an empire now. We're gonna start building things. So another
Black Wall Street. Another Black Wall Street.
So I'm seeing that we start. I'm seeing an evolution start happening. So I love that, and that's the biggest thing that I think we should celebrate. And obviously, we do have a few wealthy Black men out there, and I'm happy for them. And for those that are doing things to help the community, that's a big thing. Shout out to them, Team James, LeBron James, and all those guys.
All the other guys were pouring back to the community, man.
Community, and that's a big thing. So, yeah, that's something I think we should celebrate. The fact that we still have a long way to go, but I see a lot at the end of the tunnel.
For sure. And I don't know if you have any other things you want to add, Dev, but if you do, we had the last segment coming up is a segment where we play. It's like a game where you get to challenge one of the hosts. It's 5 random questions, has nothing to do with the episode, most likely. Like it literally has nothing to do with it.
He's been listening.
I'm
listening.
That latter question got me, man. The latter one, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I remember that 50-foot ladder.
So you've been listening. If I'm explaining this, it's just for the viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
But if you've been listening to us, you know what time it is. It's our favorite part of the episode. We love obviously our guests, but we like to have fun at the end, man. Just have fun and see what happens. So you get to challenge either me or Mark, and whoever you challenge, the other person asks the question. How you answer, you say your name and the mic. That way you get the first dib at it, the first crack at it, and the other person gets to answer. If you get it wrong, if you get it right, you got your point. 5 questions. Let's see if you can get the first or the most right or first 3, if that's how you want to do it. So who you gonna challenge? First of all, if you got anything you want to say, you'll say it, and then we'll start. We'll start the segment.
I mean, yeah, it's I mean, just to wrap around, man. Just love each other, man. Love yourself, number one. Love each other, man. Like I'm a real big. I shouldn't really say that. I can't really say that. So let me say it like this. I'm really big on finishing what you start. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with my friends, I have a really, really small circle. You know what I'm saying? Like I once I know that I can't learn anything from you or we can't help each other get to where we need to get, then I have to cut you off. Which is one reason why I moved out of Broward. Which is one reason why I changed my phone number and all this, that, and the third. I'm like, nah, I need to separate myself from this, man, because I started noticing that a lot of people, especially in our community, they're stagnant. And when you try to bring them up with you,
I'm bring you down.
Yeah, they're trying to bring you back down, and I don't like stuff like that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why, not the main reason, but one of the big reasons why we are where we are today is because a lot of our fathers wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So if you are out there and you have kids, all right, cool. It didn't work out between you and your baby mama. All right, whatever. But at least be there for your child, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like the 80s and the 90s where they literally separated, like took the black fathers away from the families. Like it's not like that, and not really like that anymore. Like how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is, like with the whole welfare system where they was like, you know about that. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna touch on that. That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother episode, man. But yeah, but love yourself, man. Love yourself. You know what I'm saying? I would never go out there and say, man, stop having sex. I can't say that. I'll be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Just use that's the least you can do. That's the least you can do, man. If you have kids, be there for your kids, man. Because me growing up, man, I was born in a broken household, man. Like I said, my mom had me. She was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? My mom at the time, like she went back to school eventually, but she dropped out. You know what I'm saying? Of high school, and eventually she went back.
Raise kids, like
she had to raise us. You know what I'm saying? So. Like, yeah, man, love each other, love yourself.
Yes.
Teach the history. You know what I'm saying? Teach your kids. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's more to life than having the freshest pair of J's and stuff like that, man. Like, it irritates me the most, man. Like, all the time, all I see on my timeline is girls sharing, like, their sons. Oh, he got chain, he got this, he got that. Why you not uploading his report cards? Why you not uploading his test scores? Or yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like something.
Honor roll
like,
student.
Yeah, honor roll. Like, something like, do something, man. Like, I don't want to care about seeing
material stuff that will mean nothing.
It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, so that's first and foremost, man. Love each other, love yourself. Educate them the right way about the values in life, how to make money, like just simple things like that, man. Just simple things like that. But I appreciate y'all for having me on here, man.
Bro, we couldn't wait to have you, bro. We was talking on the phone about you coming through. I was excited. I was like, bro, you got somebody? Yeah, man, this dude's ready to talk, bro. Like, for real. And I got to talk to him like, oh yeah, he's ready to talk, for real.
He gave us 75% today. He gotta give us 100% for that relationship episode.
Yeah, we got that coming up in a few episodes. I think
when that drops,
away.
Put a parental advisory on. Let the people know now. Hey, this is adult conversations, adult topics.
Don't listen to it at work or anywhere else.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you heard it here first. Dev will be back on the relationship topic, and he's bringing it full force. If you thought he was bringing it today, he's bringing it all the way. All right, ready. And hey, that's what we're about. Speak on it, man. Yeah. So we about to shift gear. So Dev, you got to pick the host that you want to challenge. You know, I don't know, two of us.
Let's go. Let's go.
I love it.
All right.
I like you, man. I like you.
Dev's like, I want you, bro.
Yeah.
You look at this work. Dang,
yes.
man.
Okay. That work.
Let's go.
This is it every time. So what is 2 plus 2? I see just be chilling watching us scrolling to get the answer.
Oh man, that's crazy. But hey, let's do it. Two times in a row, man. I'm in the hot seat 2 weeks in a row. Oh my god.
I want to see if you can answer this one. I want to see if you can answer this.
Yeah. All right. Let's
I want to see.
Oh,
It could be for both y'all, actually. It could be for both y'all. Huh?
Oh, you got a question for us, or
you picking one up? Okay.
Yeah,
no, I thought. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna be asking the question.
He's asking the question. He sees the answer.
Okay.
I got the answer.
And you gotta say Dev if you ready to answer. I gotta say Big O or Maestro.
Okay.
If I'm ready to answer. So there you go. There it is, Dev. You've been waiting for this.
All right, question number 1. How can you tell that Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are about to get married? How can you tell that Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus,
Big O,
and Neptune are about to get married?
Big O.
Yes.
They got rings.
Yes,
Hey,
you're my dog, but I'm from the home team, man.
man. Hey, let's go. Hey,
Let's do it.
I've been
Did
in
you
the
have any clues?
No, I was thinking.
I
was still thinking. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that.
Right now. He's in quicksand right now.
I'm trying to hurry up and take care of them real quick, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to give him a chance to really figure it out.
We might knock him out.
I don't want him to figure it out. Once he figures it out, I'm in a hot seat too.
Question number 2. I am a ball that can be rolled, but never bounced or thrown. What am I? I am a ball that can be rolled, but never be bounced or thrown. What am I?
Dang.
Boulder?
No.
Man, give him a little hope.
No.
Dang, I am a ball that can be rolled,
but never bounce or thrown. What am I?
Jeez, man.
Let me know when you guys need clues. I'm
sure.
No.
I'm blank right now.
This is gonna be funny, actually.
It's gonna be
Let me
funny.
give you guys a clue. It's part of your body.
Oh man! Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you go first.
Yeah.
We'll let you go first.
Yeah, come on.
Testicles.
I knew you was gonna go for that one. That's the
No. Eyeball.
Yes, sir. I knew you would go for that one.
I knew that was gonna say it, so that's why I set him up. Like, I want him to say
I was like,
I thought about it for a second though.
You're like, all right, what Tesla? Yeah, I did.
Hey, they shouldn't be bounced though.
that's true. That's true.
Or rolled, shoot.
Yeah.
Don't play with those.
Wait, you said they can't be rolled though. You said they can.
It kind of could. It sort of kind of could.
But never bounce.
No, don't ever bounce.
Yeah, don't bounce. Yeah.
PG-13, y'all. Please.
Yes. We already getting into the parental type episode.
Man. All right, you guys. Third question. Make sure you get that one, because if you miss that one, you get it.
All right. Let's do it.
Come on, man. We want you to get one.
Let's see.
It ain't gonna be easy though. I'm trying to knock you out.
She's trying to 30 me, man.
Third one. What do a dollar and the moon have in common? What do a dollar and the moon have in common? Ooh, let me read that again, because y'all not gonna get that one. What do a dollar and the moon have in common? Dollar, moon, dollar, moon. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Dang, bro.
I have a perfect clue, but I can't. I I have a perfect.
Nah, I legit don't know this.
I don't know.
All right, that one is good. All right.
I'm sitting back like, bro.
All right, y'all might want to get close to the mic because y'all gonna like jump on it. Get close to the mic.
Shoot.
And $1, you have 4 of what? You have 4 of what that makes up $1?
Dev?
Yeah.
Quarters?
There you
4
go.
quarters? They got both got 4 quarters?
All right.
Oh, okay.
See?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, you see that?
I
got
didn't
you.
think of that.
That wasn't, bro.
See, my clues be on point, man.
Yeah, no, them clothes
Yeah.
fire. I got that.
I wasn't gonna get that one.
No, I would never. No, that clue would help me out because I would never thought. I would never thought of that one.
I had to give it to you because I know that.
I was like, what?
That one was like a tough one. That was a tough one.
Okay, I can see how. Okay,
Yeah.
What
quarters.
4-letter word can be written forward, backward, or upside down and can still be read from left to right? What 4-letter word can be written forward, backward, or upside down and can still be read from left to right? 4-letter word. I got a perfect clue too.
This guy.
Clue guy, bro. Clue guy.
4-letter word. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Let me say it again. What 4-letter word that can be written forward, backward, or upside down and can still be read from left to right? 1.
It's gonna be something stupid. I'm just gonna sit there and be like, I should have thought of it. I'm gonna feel so stupid, man.
Let me give the first clue. Think of the day.
Think of the day.
Of today?
No, a day.
Oh,
What do you have in a day?
Charlie.
You gonna get this one because I'm like,
I'm
I'm
done, bro.
Okay. One more clue. Then y'all get close to the mic.
Wait,
Come on.
think of the day. Wait. Think of the day.
What do you have in a day? What do you have throughout the day? The shift that happened throughout the day. 4-letter words.
Time.
Can you read that left and right?
I'm just saying. What's a 4-letter word?
4-letter word.
Yeah, bro.
All right. Here it is, y'all. In the day, you have the morning and the evening. What do you have in between?
Yeah, bro. Unless you over the
Dev.
What is it?
Noon.
There you go, man. There you go.
Tied up.
Tied up, man.
Yeah, man. Tiebreaker. Let's go.
I'm making it easy for y'all, man.
Let's go.
But I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed that.
You still, I'm like, it finally made sense when you said it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, noon.
Oh, you didn't even know even before you said it? You wasn't
Right
even
before I
thinking
wasn't even thinking about it. I was thinking afternoon though, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was probably gonna be off. If
Last one, baby. Let's do it. Last questions for y'all, man. All 5 sisters are busy. Anne is reading a book. Rose is cooking. Kathy is playing chess. And Mary is doing the laundry. What is the 5th sister doing? So all 5 sisters are busy.
Mm-hmm.
Anne is reading a book. Rose is cooking, Kathy is playing chess. And you have Mary doing the laundry. What is the 5th sister doing?
Oh, nothing.
That one is tough.
Mm.
But you got it right. No.
Oh man, you got me.
No, man. Bro,
Let
that's
me read that
crazy.
again. All 5 sisters are busy. Anne is reading a book. Rose is cooking, doing her thing in the kitchen. Kathy is playing chess. She's smart, I guess.
Mhm.
And Mary is doing the laundry. What is the 5th sister doing? That one is tough.
Bruh.
Dev.
I ain't giving y'all no clues on
Yeah.
that.
While watching her other sisters? I don't know.
You're not gonna get that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Really? Oh, really?
I promise you.
Dang.
Y'all ain't gonna get that
All 5 sisters.
All 5 sisters are busy. Anne is reading a book. She's reading. Rose is cooking. She hungry, trying to feed the family. Feel me? Kathy is playing chess, and Mary is doing the laundry. What is the 5th sister doing? Alright, count down.
I don't know. I don't know.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
All 5
Boy.
sisters are busy.
Is she sleeping?
Sure.
Well, you want the answer?
Yeah.
You ain't got no clues, bro. You can't end the time.
Okay.
You can't end it in the time.
That one is hard to give clues. Let me see.
Okay, well, dang, shoot.
That one is kind of hard to give any clues.
All 5 sisters are busy.
All right, she's doing something with Kathy. How about that?
The heck was Kathy doing?
All right, let me read it again.
Was
All right, let me read it.
Yeah,
Now that
okay,
you
go
guys
ahead,
know,
go
let
ahead.
me read it. All 5 sisters are busy. Anne is reading a book. Rose is cooking. Kathy is playing chess. And Mary is doing the laundry.
Oh wow,
That's
that's
the
so
5th sister doing.
She played chess too.
Yo, home team got it again. Undefeated,
That
y'all.
was crazy, man.
Hey,
I would have never.
You
I would have never.
tried,
Hey,
man.
you know what's so stupid, man? I'm thinking to myself, she's playing chess on her phone, so she's playing online or something like that.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
She's doing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was hard.
that was so
hard.
subtle, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because- oh my god, man, dang, that's crazy, bro. This thing is crazy. Clutch.
You
The
get to see
questions,
how I
bro.
feel now.
I need somebody to not pick me, bro. I need to be asking the
I
questions.
hope that continues. I love asking
Hey,
the questions.
get the ninja.
man.
No,
Ask Mark the questions.
Oh, I got one for Mark. I want to
You
see.
got one for
I
him?
want to see it.
All right, let's
For
go.
both of y'all, actually. For both
All
of
right,
y'all.
okay.
Hopefully, y'all never heard this one before.
I hope not.
Okay, so I am in everything. You see me twice in a week, but only once in a year. You can find me in the middle of the ocean. What am I?
Twice in a week, once a year. Wait.
I am in everything.
Dang.
Everything.
You can see me twice in a week,
Twice in a week.
but only once in a year. I am in the middle of the ocean. What am I?
Literally in the middle of the
in
ocean?
the middle of the ocean. Yeah. What am I?
Oh. The letter E.
Yeah, he got.
Smart, yo.
This guy, man, he got it. He got it all, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had to- when you repeated it, I was like, dang.
Twice in a week, once in a year.
W-E-E-K.
And you find me in the middle of the ocean.
Oh my gosh, that is so good.
Ocean. Right in the middle. I was like,
Hey, you're the first guest to actually challenge us.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
that. I hope
yeah,
our guest
that
brings
was-
a question for
Bring it.
Yeah, you got to do that for the next person. Like, hey, yo, listen, you got to bring us some questions.
Yeah, at least one. But give us a question too, you know?
Okay, now
Man,
you did your
Dev.
homework. You
Yeah,
did his
man.
homework.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
y'all gonna go ahead and follow my boy on IG, OMG's Dev.
Oh, YouTube OMG is Dev, Instagram is Devernair, and then Facebook is Devernair.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know a
YouTube
lot of people
OMG
can't
is
spell
Dev.
it. So yeah, if you go to the YouTube and you'll click on the
We'll post it
Facebook,
on our page.
Yeah,
Yes, we
yeah.
will. We're gonna give you all your credit,
you'll be
bro.
right. You'll be right there. You'll
Gotta
be right
get
there.
connected to you, bro. Especially if you try to, wake up, your mind when it comes to relationships too,
Yeah,
bro.
I
This
tell
guy
you,
right
I
here.
have so many people that hits me up, man, and ask me like random questions and stuff like
I
that.
can
Man,
tell.
I love it, man. I love it.
I'm passionate about
man.
it, bro.
Because I would have been ran out of ideas by now, but it's always people.
People always hit me
Yeah,
up.
like, hey, yo, well, such
What
and
about
such.
this?
Yeah,
What about that?
What would you do if you was in such and such situation?
Okay.
And it was crazy, man.
Especially
It was
for the
crazy.
Derek Jackson thing.
Oh my God! Don't
That
get me
nigga,
started.
yeah,
Don't get me
that
started.
Derek-
Please
Anyways,
don't.
it's a tease for the relationship
Right,
one. You
right,
gotta
right.
come. You gotta watch the
We
relationship
gotta
one.
wrap it up.
Especially if you're a single person.
Yeah, man.
we're gonna have for single people, we're gonna have for people dating, and we're gonna have
Mhm.
people that's married. So we're gonna talk about those 3 aspects of relationship, man. But that's a wrap for the episode, y'all. Speak on it, man. We had our guest right here, special guest Devernair. Dev out here in the house repping it hard, bro. We appreciate you for coming through, man. Juneteenth, man.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me.
No,
man. I love it.
Anytime, bro. We gonna bring you back many more times, bro. For real.
Let me know, man. I'm here.
Yes, sir. For real. It's a good link up, man. We like the vibe, the energy, bro. You real. You talk about real stuff, bro. That's what we about on Speak on It. So it's only right, bro, that we bring you back. So I'm excited for the relationship episode coming up. I know you are. I know Mark can't wait, man. We keep telling y'all every episode.
Let's do it now. Let's do it. I can't wait.
And on that note, that's a wrap. Speak on it, man. Speak on it. New episode, man.
I'll be safe, man.
Let's speak on it.
Juneteenth,
Speak on this. Let's speak on it. Speak on this. Throw me a topic. Let's speak on this. Say that again. Let's lean on it. That is my opinion. I'm being honest. That is the fact. Don't meme on this. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Let's speak on it. Speak on it. You thought we were done? Throw me a topic. Let's speak on it. Say that again. Let's lean on it.